As a real in my past life, I wouldn't do something as uncool as getting a girlfriend. Instead, I'd get on one knee to propose to her and make her a part of my harem. Although the number of members in my harem is currently 0, as long as I... That's strange. I kind of remember now isn't really the right time to think about that kind of thing. Then what am I supposed to be thinking about? Advertisements. I still want a harem though. Is there something wrong with my head? Am I schizophrenic? Do I have multiple personality disorder? Or is this a remnant from the original owner of this body, the original Lilith? Strange, those two retarded goddesses did say that this body's original soul was mine. I was born in the wrong fetus and had been reincarnated. That's right, 2 souls sharing one body is too normal. This really is a fantasy world, the kind of place where even a 1-meter tall lowly can beat up a 10-meter tall idiot. This whole 2-soul thing is as normal as seeing a stone on the roadside, alright. Moreover, this isn't the first time the 2 retarded goddesses have scammed me, so it is still acceptable that they might have shoved me into a body with a soul. What to do? Will she try and drive me out? Will she try to kill me if I don't want to leave? My eyes couldn't help but linger on the dead body of the deep-sea giant. Absolutely. She would definitely do that, and I am sure she'll even smile while doing so. What to do? What to do? What to do? It seems that I just have to take the initiative to leave. But how do I leave? Let me think about it. A way for the soul to leave the body can be done by a car accident? Jumping off a building? Getting electrocuted? Getting hit on the head by a brick? Advertisements but none of those are things that can be done here. It's time to show off my unrivaled IQ. The first 3 are definitely impossible to accomplish, but the last one, what am I even supposed to do? Oh wait. I can use my head to bash against things, haha, I am a genius. Unfortunately, there aren't any bricks around, then again the ground looked pretty hard. That'll work. So I plummeted to the ground and wholeheartedly started slamming my head into the ground. Bang. 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 3 minutes later, I looked down with a dumb expression at the 30-centimeter deep hole in front of me, that was created by my vigorous head-bashing idea. What's up with this head? Wasn't a piece of flying icicle enough to hurt me earlier? This is obviously harder than ice. How is it that n levels of ground aren't equal to a single piece of ice? Advertisements. This chapter is provided to you by Relibrary. Please visit Relibrary to show the translators your appreciation and stop supporting the content thief. I touched my forehead with my hand and found that there were only a few abrasions, and not even a drop of blood flowed for my efforts. Oi! What's going on? Did I gain so much experience from the fighting with the deep-sea giant that I jumped to level 100 in an instant? Didn't Mother say that this was only the lowest level of sea giant? Could it be that the sea giant I've been fighting is actually a level 99 mini-boss? And he was caught by my level 9999 mother to act as my training partner? How scary. My dear daughter, what happened to you? Are you feeling unwell somewhere? My mother suddenly hugged me and questioned me worriedly as she placed a hand on my forehead. Mother, I think there is another person in my body. It can't be helped. At this point the best idea is to get help from my well-informed mother. The other Lilith seems to be her real daughter, even their personalities are quite similar. If there really is another person in my body, if that's true, then she will likely choose to abandon me. Since I was originally an intruder and have lived for over 20 years, it might be better for me to be gone, since it would be pitiful for the real Lilith to be stuck in this body without ever having a chance to be free. When that time comes, I'll leave of my own will. I just need to know the method to separate myself from this body. PFFF. Mother suddenly covered her mouth as she laughed at my words, then she held me in her arms. My lovely daughter is so adorable when she tries to think about complicated things. Mother, what are you doing? I started to struggle against her grasp because if I don't struggle, the breasts, will rub against my face again. Good, this feels good. Beasts. Didn't I tell myself not to have dirty thoughts about my mother's devilish body anymore? Just what am I doing now? It'll be fine to rub against her breasts if I don't have dirty thoughts, right? Hee hee. Mother forced me to look into her eyes. Her blue eyes were as bright as a jewel and had a magical effect that was able to calm people in an instant. Oh, my silly daughter, you always let your thoughts run wild ever since your birth, yet you've never hit the mark. Ah. Just like in this case, about there being another person in your body, if that was true, then how would you be able to remember everything clearly? Even if you could remember, it would be from a third-party perspective. Just think back on it, was that actually how you remembered? Thinking back on it, she's right. Although the memories I have are incredibly hazy, they all take place from my perspective instead of an outsider. At the time, it was more like my thoughts and actions were being influenced by an external source, but they were still my own. I suddenly felt relieved. Although I was still a little bit worried, it wouldn't be any use to dwell on it any further. Moreover, I was happy that I wouldn't have to leave. I'm quite happy here. This chapter is provided to you by Relibrary. Mother suddenly leaned over and rubbed her face on my cheek. Even if there were two souls in you, wouldn't that just mean I have two daughters? Oh, that's such a nice thought. Advertisements, don't do that. It's uncomfortable. Don't hide from me, dear daughter. It's not like you'll lose anything from being rubbed against. Still, I feel very relieved. Oh right, Mother suddenly said. The human professor seems to have woken up. Is my dear daughter ready to learn the dragon language now, or do you want to go out and play for another 3 to 5 years? 3 to 5 years, are dragons really that casual about their education? No wonder it took them 200 years to learn how to barbecue. Perhaps they were merely fooling around for 199 years. I just shook my head. I'll go now. After all, I want to be like you as soon as possible. Isn't that what it means to be the dragon princess?